Welcome to Troopers Travels, a fourth excursion at week, and we're not got no rain, So I'm at a place called Monk Bretton in Barnsley. It's an old abbey, well, the what's left of it anyway. So yeah, well, I'll have a look round it. It's free to visit as well. It's an English heritage site, but it's free. So it's worth a visit, like I said. But I'll have a look round it and see if I can entertain you anyway. But enjoy if you can. Right, we'll have a look round and I'll give you some more information about it. So here we are, Monk Bretton. This is the gatehouse, also known as the North Gate Arch. Have a quick look round it and try and get some more information about it. So yeah, also known as the North Gate Arch. Gatekeepers and porters allowed only welcome visitors within here. The North Gate Arch had stone hood with stops and carved faces on both sides, which they're no longer there. I should imagine they were there. You can see them, but they're not very clear now. And above the figure, there were that bit there. There was a niche which may have held the stone of Mary Magdalene, whom the priory was dedicated to. Let's have a look on here. Obviously the front wall were topped with battlements, as you can see there, but these were just for show, more than defence, to be fair. It's quite nice, isn't it? Probably the strongest piece of buildings around here. Right, and obviously this had been the porter's lodge. Wall still covered in a wall and outer doorways. And I think there's a deep slot pot porter, so it might be there actually. That's there, yeah. So you're going, let's have a look inside in here, let's have a look at it. The gatehouse had two fireplaces. So that's on the ground floor and the top floor there, if you have a look at it. Yeah, so they must have kept warm in here. Let's have a quick look if we can see up there. Can we see up there? Up there. We can still see the same chimney. So there's a fireplace on both floors. Well, obviously alongside the 15th century south lobby, there's a staircase which took you up to floors and up to roof. Obviously not open, I don't think. You can try it. No, it's locked, unfortunately. Got a bit of work done on it. Sandstone again. So I wonder if they're what slots, possibly. That's a gatehouse, as you can see. It's supposed to be obviously with stone base for a wooden latrine service. I don't really see that unless at the outside wall. Obviously in the middle of the gatehouse there are a long wall passage bored off way by another gate, and to east, obviously to the east, which we've just been in, was a large room. The wall's now missing, another bit missing. It may have been alumni for money to be given to poor. But it's a freebie and it's nice. I'll have a good nosy around. I don't think there's a tea room here. We'll have a look round. Just back to this bit here. Obviously this was the middle of the gatehouse. And there were a long passage wall, but that seems disappeared now. And it were bored half way down. You see battlements up there, can't you? I wonder if these what slots, like I said. I'm not sure. But they would have had like an heavy gate here, big heavy gate, only one way in. We'll have a look at this one, some more information. Right, let's explore this one. Obviously, Priory's over there. That's your gatehouse I've just explained about. And this is the administrative building. Have a quick look. I don't think it's open, but I can try it. The large late 13th century building stood in the outer court where monks met visitors, according to form. The upper floor of the building may have housed the monks' manorial courthouse. It would have been used for the collection of rents from tenant farmers, where farmers who worked on priory land. Also a place where manorial disputes were settled. That's your floor. Is it open? I wonder. Let's just try it. We can try it for now, can't we? And it's locked. Oh, always locked. I'm never that lucky. But we'll have a look round it anyway. It's a shame. I've been in it before though, a few years ago. Some millstones. And if they're the original ones, what were here? And you can see how windows have been blocked in. Oh, another door here. I wonder if it's open. Let's have a look. Nope, it's locked. So this is the administrative building. It's a way to collect all money with farmers on lands. I wonder if that's a tea room. Probably the biggest building on site though, when you look at it, what's intact. Your gatehouse, your roof's got everything, but might get a cup of tea. Well, that's your administrative building, like I just said. This is the presbytery. Obviously the community gathered here every day to celebrate divine service. At the east end of this church there was a presbytery which was extended, which would have been that one there, other side. Shortly after the church was built, a large each winter was introduced to the altar during the 15th century, which is no longer there. That bit's gone. I wonder where that went. A raised platform to your left is the high altar and was the monks, where the monks said mass. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And the north and south crossing tower, which transits, giving the church its cross shape. So that'd be that bit, and then that way is like a cross. Each concept gave two access to private chapels on the eastern side. The doorway from the north transept led to the monk cemetery. We'll have to have a look if there's anything there. That's not ever a fireplace, surely not. We'll have a look at that anyway. In the south of the transept, there was a night stair from which the monks came down from the dormitories from services during the night. That's no longer here. There was also an arched window that became a book cupboard and a newer stair that reached the roof spaces. We'll have a nosy around it, see if I can try and make head or tail of that. I'm sure you couldn't make head or tail of me rattling. Oh. We've got a photographer over there as well. So this would have been that high altar, what I just spoke about. And there would have been a big archway here. Just foundations left on it now. So that would have been your crisscross there. You've got a few cloisters, I think, knocking about. And that would have been the book room there. Well, there would have been a staircase up to it. It might be a few cloisters, one there, so that would have been a window. And not much left of that there either. That's not a fireplace. And that's another window. Take some good pictures of these, to be fair. Another cloister there on that side. It'd been massive, this, when it was built. But all will be revealed regarding the actual stones from the main church, where they've all gone to. I'm back in Cloister now, back into Cloister. Obviously after 1538, the priory was plundered for unusable building materials. Obviously the north aisle of the church, which is down there, which was looked at earlier. I'm sure I see a rat there. Obviously the north aisle of the church was dismantled and reconstructed as the parish of Wentworth Church, which is the Holy Trinity. However, that was demolition in 1800, so if you go to Wentworth and you see that church, that old church, some of the stone were removed from here and it were rebuilt there. It's a shame, like, because I like to see these things. Well, if they could rebuild them, it cost you a fortune. But it'd be nice to see them all again. But thanks to Henry VIII, I think went. It's not a rat actually, it's a piece of paper what's blowing around. We'll have a look in this building, but I think this is something to do with Earl of Shrewsbury. So let's have a nose at this. I think I've found the actual some graves in here. I don't know how old they are. I don't know if these were priest graves or what. There's one similar at Roach Abbey actually. One similar like that. But there's no information about it though. I might have a nosy at that. So this would have been like a main window. This would have been like an altar as well. Incidentally about this place, obviously in 1580 the land again was sold to the 6th Earl of Shrewsbury, George Talbot. And if you remember about George Talbot, he was married to Bessa Hardwick, and also keeper at Mary Queen of Scots for 17 years between 1568 and 1585. So he travelled up and down country with for Queen Elizabeth. He were captured, I suppose. But obviously when he bought this property, it was for his fourth son Henry. He gave it to his son. So imagine that bit there would have been part of a house. Turn it into some type of house, because it looks a bit grander than the normal things. And you've still got portrait window there, look. Well, window frame. I'll have a nosy around anyway. We'll have another nosy around, because I've not actually been in all of this. Fireplace up there, another fireplace. Stairway up to a tower what's no longer here. Another possible room. And again, latrines, toilets. Yeah, that's more modern than when it was first here. And the stairwell, which would have gone to that floor without falling down it. So there would have been first floor and second floor. You can see that's where the timber would have been. A couple more graves on Arthur Wall. I don't know what that is. Definitely got a cross on this one. You can see cross. And a cross on that one as well. Didn't know that were here, I missed this one, but I've added it anyway. So this is on Archibald, so these couldn't have been the important people, obviously the priests, and that must be in the or the monks in the main thingy, but we'll carry on anyway. Take some pictures now and I'll put them up on wait. So obviously these are substantial ruins of Bretton Priory, known as Monk Bretton Priory. Obviously when the priory were built, it was just a wooden valley, peaceful and remote. Just quiet down here, to be fair, considering where we are. Founded in 1154 by a local landowner, Adam Fitzwain. It was a daughter house of the rich Cluniac Priory in Pontefract. Obviously, but within 50 years, bitter quarrels and at times gang warfare between the two houses of Pontefract, they sought to retain direct control at Monk Bretton. The dispute was resolved in 1281 when Monk Bretton succeeded the Cluniac order and became a Benedictine monk. So it became into a Benedictine house. Oh, ice cream, man. We're doing ice cream. Obviously, the later history of Monk Bretton is uneventful, really. The priory closed across, well, the priory owned properties across South Yorkshire with rights to over 5 churches and worked coal and ironstone in the Barnsley area. In 1295 it housed 13 monks and a priory. These were exact the same numbers as its closure in 1538 during the dissolution of monasteries by Henry VIII. So you've got your gatehouse, your administration house, and obviously this is the biggest part of the building, which I believe might be kitchens. It possibly will be kitchens, you know, I'm not sure. Oh, it's Prior's Range, and they've scribbled all stuff out. So this is where they had meetings of it, so that must be kitchen area. And a well there, another well. I hope you've enjoyed it, this one. I'm going to do another one after this. A lot of desks in a pit, well, a pit head just up the road from here, so I'm going to have a look around that and tell you a bit more information about that. But obviously, we'll move it round a bit. See it, can't you see it? I'll set it off for that. This is Monk Bretton Priory, Barnsley. I will put the postcode up. It's free to visit. Obviously check website, make sure it's open. But it is an English heritage site, and it is quite tranquil, if that's the word. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll put another one up shortly. Bye.